Welcome, everybody, to another edition of CBSI's Vintage Voyage, your go-to Golden Age comic podcast, YouTube show, whatever you want to call it.
Good time, fun time.
Yeah. Nonsensical whimsies. I got with me again Peter and Ben from the bunker of God knows where with his Golden Age beauties hiding around. So tonight we're going to talk about some books that kind of a follow-up to last week's Soti show. Books that were out during that time period or right after that weren't in there, that God knows why weren't they in there. Because we showed some books last week that you're like, how'd that get in there? And then we're going to show you some of these and you go, that's 100 times worse.
And there's 100 of them.
Yes. So a couple shout-outs. Our friends at Comic Barricade, as always, your number one solution for stabilization and support for your books and boxes. Avoid the dreaded spine crease. Also, we got a new thing going on, a 10% coupon off your order if you use the code CBSI Tales. So if you place an order, use the code CBSI Tales, you get 10% off. And again, we played the little intro, but as always, check out comicbookinvest.com with CBSI. You know, your best source for all comic book related content, spec, history, and just cool stuff. You'll see a printed version of this list there probably tomorrow, if not tonight, depending on when he hits the button.
I hit the button like an hour ago.
Oh, well, you can find it now if you don't want to hear us ramble, but I think it's going to be way more fun than us rambling.
You can listen to us get into it.
Yes. You can look at it quick and then come back and go, oh, God, what was I going to say about that?
Yeah. On the Comic Barricade note, check out the Instagram over there. I know Topher did an incredible little demonstrational video of how easy it is to use. I made a video for the IG as well. If I can do it, people, you guys can handle it.
I use it for my eBay box all the time. Like my box is eBay because they're constantly, things are selling, things are going in. The volume's changing all the time. So I love it for right there. So
great point. All right, Peter, where do we start?
Well, let's get the deck up. Like you said, 100 comics.
So ridiculous.
I think this is my backup cover, reworking the book. And it's an A to Z, so we're going to go alphabetical with this list.
Oh,
we did. We kept it together.
Yeah, it's alphabetical. It's not in order, but alphabetical order.
Shout out to Peter before we start for the graphics. They're always top shelf.
Yes. Oh, Airfighter. G Matrix with Airfighter.
I think it's technically volume 2, number 1.
Yeah.
Fred Kida cover, or Kida, Kida. Airfighters Hillman, 1943. I mean, the Seduction of the Innocent seemed grossly underpopulated with war books. And I tried not to go crazy because I get it. Some of it's patriotic, and back in 1953,
it's propaganda, so it was okay.
I left some stuff out on purpose because I felt like it was, I don't know, man. Just not there's times to break out the old school ridiculousness, and there's times to just accept that like didn't really fit the vibe. Bullets through you, that fit the vibe this evening.
Yeah, that's fairly violent in the realm of comic covers. There's always blood and guts, but that's pretty on the heavy side.
Yeah, bullets tearing through flesh. Whether there's a lot of gore and blood with it, it's still going through this guy.
It's kind of like G.I. Joe. We always saw bullets flying, but we never saw the holes.
Yeah, well, until Duke got it with that gold snake in the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, well.
Talk about traumatizing as a kid.
Yeah, there's no little parachute after that. Oh, look, they're all fine. The ship blew up, but parachutes, they made it.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we go to Joe Manili. Joe Manili cover.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, this one.
Gorgeous Atlas, obviously.
I mean, that's a melting cover if you ever see it.
Yeah.
I have a okay copy. Shout out to Walker. Hooking it up. He, knew I wanted one, found one, and I'm trying to not scream because I can hear the reverberation. Yeah, great cover.
Yeah, I think you're all right. Then we move to Beware.
I'm just gonna let Z take it because he knows this.
That one of the few kind of like, honestly, the only true horror cover. We did several crime, we did some awesome sci-fi, but this is Frazetta's take on zombies. I know Ben's gonna say Red Dress Distress. Big full moon.
All right, Peter.
I mean, to see Frazetta draw zombies, he loves this sinewy kind of style. Everything's real detailed and just tight, I guess is the way. Very muscular, very whatever. And his take on zombies it's nuts.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And not to be confused with, so there's a bunch of things, and I'm sure Peter realized this as he was filling out the deck and the graphics on the site. There's a lot of titles that have either identical titles, so you have to figure out the number, or in the case of EC, there's Haunt of Fear 15, which one? Vault, which one? But anyway, yes, the opposite of this one, the 10. I think this is the earlier of the two, and the later 10 is that severed head explosion, the fucking voodoo doll head thing, like the fucking mouth sewn shut. It's like a red cover.
Yeah.
Like the green atomic bomb explosion in the background. I only know it because I bought that being so excited, like early in the comics, thinking Overstreet. I'm like, I got a Frazetta cover. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's not the right one.
Yeah, the numbers definitely back then were difficult to follow. I mean, I had to use the Gerber guides, which actually helped quite a bit in determining what.
Those came in, Peter.
Yeah, he's got them.
Oh, I got them. I'm sitting right here.
Love them.
That's how with that Air Fighters, it was number 13, but it's also the number 1 of the next volume. Like, figuring that out, the guide helped.
Love it.
But
we should be fucking. I'm on a side tangent. I'll save this tangent. Keep going. Sorry.
All right. Save it.
The Godfather.
I try to take this one too, but I know Z's got it, man. I can't even
This
pretend to talk on it.
In my opinion, this is the best pre-code horror cover. I mean, anybody's list is probably top 5. This is my personal favorite. I remember this from even before I was an older collector. When I was young, I remember seeing this and going, "Oh my god!" I think it's the radium because when we were kids, we were always scared of the Cold War. We're gonna get bombed. We're gonna have radiation. That felt like our scary thing. So I don't know. And I want to throw a shout out because somebody sent me something cool. So I'm going to steal the screen for like 1 minute.
Yeah, dude, get it up there.
Friend of mine, friend of the show, Rick Dodson, sent me this amazing 3D laser engraved wooden rendition of Black Cat 50. He is doing some cool stuff. He's getting ready to start a company selling some of these, and this is one of his prototypes, so he sent it to me. We're going to talk about it more on Tales tomorrow, but if you're interested in it, 4 Color Creations is the name. Really, really cool stuff. Ships it out nice in Mylar, but turn into Tales tomorrow. We'll talk a little more about it and have a coupon code for you. But if you like pre-code horror, I know he's doing this. I know he's doing Chamber of Chills 19, a couple of the other big dog pre-code horror. So check it out. We'll have more info tomorrow. But, man, I love it. That's going to be behind me on the wall real fast.
I'm going to scramble to get one that Z doesn't have and get something behind me.
Yes. All right. But I don't know what else to say. This cover is just it's crazy.
Jesus, I can't say it. Elias.
Elias. There's some rumors of Frazetta being involved, definitely on the inside. Some people say the cover, but I don't know. That's a lot of murky stuff.
Yeah, it's tough because yeah. I'm not gonna
buy it. Doesn't matter whether he touched it or not. It's gorgeous.
Absolutely.
No, there's no arguing.
All right, what do we got next?
Next,
Chamber
Chills.
Oh yeah.
21, June 1951. Al Avison, Avison, cover. This is the earlier of the two because there's two fucking runs of this number chain of Chamber, and it's what fucks everyone up.
Yep.
But the other 21 is ridiculous too. It's the water wheel.
Oh yeah.
With the red dress distress again. But this seemed exactly, Peter. This seemed more. I don't know. We've all seen the water wheel, right? Like
this
we're
seemed more
very
Soti. There's the girl being punished. There's religious aspects with the hoods. Who knows? I mean, who knows what he put in that book and why?
This is, I don't know. I appreciate this, and it's still super cartoony to me.
Being buried alive though isn't cartoony. That would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, being bricked in the wall was another one that probably ran in our consciousness more than it should have. That and sand, quicksand. Those three things, All right, what do we got next?
Someone coming to fucking save her. I was just going to say, someone coming to fucking save her.
I looked. I was like, yeah.
Or it's another guy to put her in the wall.
Yeah, or it's a road, though. Charge the turkey there, or whatever the fuck that thing is.
It's a vulture.
It's vulture.
Yeah, these other guys got robes. The guy in the window or door doesn't have robes. I venture to say he might not even have pants.
Wrong party.
All right, moving on. 23?
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, right? Like,
this has emerged as a big top 5, top 10 book amongst pre-code collectors.
And it's funny because it wasn't.
Oh, it was a late entry, kind of.
Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of like 19, where it became more sought after by the newer generation. I'm not necessarily sure why.
I'll tell you why. This is Lee Elias, another Lee. This is the dude who did Black Cat.
Yeah.
That and like Jesus, like you don't get much face eating like in the Golden Age. I think this is like Cindy, 37. You finally get caught up in it. And you're like, oh shit, I need that, and everyone else is like, holy fuck, when did that book come out?
Yeah,
like I need that too. What do you mean face eating? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah. So this, the other one. The other 23, this is the later of the two. This is the later one in the run. The 23, the earlier 23 from 1951 is another Al Avison cover. And it's like the two weird, like mutant looking human dudes with like, again, the girl in the red dress, she's slumped over being held.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, parallels to be drawn. Fucking
face eating doesn't make Soti. Come on.
Yeah, well.
What's next, Peter?
Killed the cover.
Chilling Tales, 16.
Solid.
That's all I have for this one is
creepy dudes dropping a girl into a fiery pit.
No idea who the artist is. This whole run is really eclectic. Like, there's really weird demons that are reminiscent of like 14th century, 15th century, whatever it is, that really early art with like exaggerated demon faces. Like, they're really elongated and colorful. But this cover, I mean, Jesus, this cover.
But apparently we've learned that Soti didn't really care about cult demon killings. There seems to be a lot of them they missed.
A lot.
So
You still have
They apparently just didn't care about shit with hoods. Because that seems
it's okay.
They got hoods on. They're okay. That's cool. We don't care about the bondage. We don't care about the lady being lowered into fire and skeletons. Demons got hoods. They're good. They're good.
What do you got next, Peter?
Moving on to, I don't know why I enjoy this title so much, but I do.
This Cowpuncher?
Cowpuncher.
I mean, he was going to brand her.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
In the 50s, that was probably acceptable then, no?
And they get right, like, depends what, like, you know, part of the country.
Yeah, I mean.
Look at what he's going to brand her with. Like, I don't know what this is. This a snake? It's like, what is that symbol?
I assume it's his cattle symbol.
But it's just a squiggly line.
Huh. Interesting little fact from our friend Anthony. Hey, Solo Wookie, Robert Ford, and Tim Marshall. But another random fact from our glorious audience. Lee Elias was doing Beyond Mars comic strip at the time and was associated with Milt Caniff, who had big-time political connections. So maybe that's why he got left off. So, interesting fact. Thank you, sir.
Hillbilly Collector, too. What up?
Oh, I
And
missed
Jim,
him. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Jim Klura, thank you.
Before you go to the next one's crime, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to preface this with 1942.
Okay.
Is that when this was?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all you. I didn't know there was a story coming.
That's
With
all. There's
next one.
nothing. And thank you very much again, Jim.
Oh, yeah. This is the king of the crime covers. The king.
Yeah, this thing is nuts when you look at it.
Fucking what?
Of all the things that are practical, like this could happen to somebody that's reading the comics and think this is a good idea, but I don't know,
Going a little like he's literally putting your head on fire.
Dude.
Mr. Crime.
Well, there's a Spectre behind him, so it's okay. The Spectre made him do it, so it's not bad for kids.
Yeah, so why is the cop coming through the window? Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
He's trying to
Because
save her.
face burnings require immediate attention.
Yes.
But how did he know to show up?
It's fucking Bureau. Bureau is always just like Schomburg minus the 40 extra people in the scene. It's always just like one intense fucking thing. Like, have it. Like the next. Oh man, there's so many good covers, and it kills me. This would be such a ridiculously over the top cover if it wasn't 25%.
Yeah, ruined.
Like, it's just brutal.
No, but you don't see this one, and if you do, it's usually somebody showing off they don't want to sell it. And if you see it for sale, it's I don't want to sell it price.
Yeah.
So it's the next guy that pulls the trigger at that I don't want to sell it price that the other guy's got to double his price next time.
I want to give credit where it's due. Sean Legit, way back when, I used to preach horror and some of the crime stuff, and I was making lists and this and that. Probably because of the cover, the crime stuff, I didn't pay attention to big logo stuff. And Sean Legit was like, "What? The fuck is wrong with you? Go look." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So, shout out to Big Leg for the lesson.
For the lesson.
All right, there's more Bureau, I think, right?
Yeah, 33. I think we got next.
Yeah, this is again.
I forgot to put the Red Dress Distress in on this one.
This might be one of the earlier.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I love you've now tagged him.
I did. There are quite a few.
The meat cleaver with the mutant.
Yeah, until you realize all the murdered people hanging behind it in gray.
Well, why is he using a meat cleaver on her if he hung everyone else?
He just wanted them to watch, or their corpses to watch.
Like, oh man. Again, this is one of those. I came in late to this book. Red Dress Distress. There it is.
There it is. Again, where I saw it, I put it in.
I remember talking with you long ago about crime. Oh, we should get into crime. We should buy more crime. We're chasing horror. Now we're like, we should have bought more crime.
I have a short box of crime.
Yeah, but we should have bought way more.
Way more. Way earlier. I don't have this or I don't have any of the super good stuff for crime. Oh no, yeah, I do. Keep going.
All right, 43. Nope.
1946. I'm gonna go with Red Dress Distress. I'm going with it.
I didn't put it on there.
Because
she was distressed, but she's not in distress.
But she's distressed.
She's distressed,
Can we zoom
but not
in on
in
this?
distress.
I don't understand. Is he?
Oh yeah, you got to be able to
door?
read the note. If you don't read the note, it's intense.
Yeah. I'm a dirty rat and got what was coming to me.
Like, oh no.
Stabbed.
Well, I can see that not being in Soti. I mean, we all know snitches get fucking stitches, man.
It's true.
So this one's okay. I'm gonna give it a pass.
This Lev Gleason shit. It's in Lev Gleason. It's the Bureau. He was just allowed to do whatever. This next one probably isn't as bad. I'm not gonna lie. When you get to 96 books and you're like, oh, there's 96 books on this, you find and add 4 fucking more.
I don't know.
Okay, like, so.
Is he chumming the water with body parts?
I think he's disposing of it in like.
Yeah, is that an axe?
A bloody axe.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Right, like, again, I gotta get from 96 to 100, Z.
If you were smarter, you wouldn't put the axe right by the body.
That's true.
Dude,
You're also assuming it's a whole body, not just pieces.
yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't drive away in a blood-soaked boat, too. Dexter.
He'll sink it.
He does look like he's in the Everglades, though, so crocodile
Eaters.
fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be taken care of. All right.
Crime, blood transfusion cover. Crime mysteries.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, we know he hated these blood transfusions. This is right on the cover, man.
This shit's like... And
And
it's
this guy's
skull
wearing
cover.
lipstick.
Thank you. Every time I look at it, that ruins it for me. I'm like, nah.
Or he's drinking it.
Oh, well.
Or he's what?
He's drinking it. I don't know.
Either way, that
Yeah.
should have got it on the list, man. That guy hated the blood transfusions, and whether he's wearing lipstick or drinking blood, I would think that would make him a deviant.
Yeah.
Definitely a deviant.
All right. I think we talked about this one before, Biz. I really dig the next one because I didn't see it at first. It takes you a second to pick up
The Johnny Craig? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This book fucks me up.
what happened in this cover.
Yeah. It's because of the shading here.
Yeah.
It's the shading on the arm that you're like, so somebody broke in and blew his brains out? And then you look in the mirror and you're like,
You're like, nope.
oh, fuck. What? Oh, no. Like, well, all right then.
Yeah.
And he had a wedgie.
Maybe that's, I'm just going to leave that one be, man. I'm going to end up in
Robert Fordham's in the chat. I don't want to give him ideas.
Booty.
And
The
then I know
Gwen.
there's another one. The next one.
Oh, well.
Yes, so this is what I was going to say about the I Do. I do have this. And I went back and forth on the Jerry Garcia copy of this. But
I still think you should have went fourth, but
it's a fucking premium. I am okay with a premium that involves a few $100. I'm not okay with
I'm just saying you should have bought it the first time.
It's like a 7X. Yeah.
Should have bought the first time at a 3-time, and you've been okay.
Yeah, but that's still too much, man.
Yeah.
It's not rational.
Sometimes you do things that are irrational just because.
Yeah, I mean, like, so, like, to put it in perspective, I have dead memorabilia that I don't need. I can keep my comics in my.
But it brings
keep
them
them
together
separate.
for you.
Yeah,
The two perfectly together.
yeah. I'll stick with my posters.
I don't know what to say about this one otherwise, because it's just, I mean, we all know it. If you don't know this one,
yeah,
I don't know where you're from.
And that's why we can just go on a tangent about other nonsense while people look at it, because they're like, yeah.
That should be on there.
I think that tops, and it gets put into a lot of horror covers, but I think it was DS, the Dark Golden Age term we're all trying to adopt. So if anyone's making posts about Dark Golden Age, use the hashtag.
All right.
And then you'll be able to see other cool books.
More Dagger.
It's a fun one.
I mean, that
The next
sword's
one's
pretty
better.
intense. Looks like what's
He's
it in with the
heating
red
up.
hot saber? I'll call it a saber.
Yeah.
This is like light, and then full strength is the next cover.
What's full strength?
It's like this full strength version of that cover already.
Oh, I got you.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, oh, you want tied to a stake fucking cover? Here. Wow.
But I'm gonna burn you with the fire that I burned the same other three.
Yeah,
bars
because
with.
you have examples of what happened already. It's not in your mind. It's right there.
God.
Red
okay.
dress distress.
Those are convenient that they were alphabetically in order.
That's weird, right?
Oh my goodness. All right. What do we got next? Because
Dark Mystery.
It's another
one. Torture wheel.
So Dark Mysteries is that skeleton, which is like classic skull skeleton to me.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Mysteries, most of the run is full of that. Except for Burning Witches and the zombie dude, the one before. But
I mean, they're skeletons, so that doesn't cause us to be deviants, I think.
no, but this is is it the Tomb of Terror? I fucked up earlier and said it was the water wheel chamber. It's not a chamber. Chamber 21. The other chamber 21 is the visor, not this. But this is absolutely the same as an other.
I'm just saying that he can't control skeletons. It's not humans doing it. It's not that bad.
I guess.
Yeah, listen,
I think that's why he gets a Soti pass. That's what angle I'm going.
Wortham red top distress.
Yeah, it was red top, so I didn't give this the red dress distress stamp.
I agree.
Otherwise, we'd have 50 stamps going through this list. Next up.
I don't know what Solo Wookiee's trying to say about ducks.
Oh, that's a Monty Python reference.
Oh, okay.
At least that's how I take it.
Witches. I got it. Nice one. Clever.
I mean, like, if we're gonna give double entendres to Alf giving it to a fucking seal and Archie jerking a bunch of dudes off.
Yeah.
Then, like, I don't know, this cover is risque enough.
For sure.
I know, again, I needed to get to 100.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll go to dynamic.
I mean, this makes a short list. Speaking of DS, this was recently in his feed, I believe.
I saw it somewhere.
This is an insanely difficult book. It's early, too.
Dark cover and not a very popular kind of run. So
Yeah, you don't hear dynamic comics and think, this level of disturbance.
Gus Ricka, the dude, I think it's the same dude that did 12.
I mean, he's even got little skulls in his eyes down here.
Oh, goodness.
Like his pupils are little
Nice
skulls.
detail catch. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
brain,
Oh,
face melting, and skulls and eyes all in one. This one's underrated.
This is 1944.
I also enjoy that he's a mono-toothed vampire. He's just got one spiky tooth.
He's just giving it.
Yeah, one tooth
But
thing's
think
weird.
about that.
There's a skull on the
1944.
candle, too.
The rest of it makes it look like a game of Guess Who, though.
Yeah, it's like Clue.
Yeah.
Who chopped the guy's head off and melted his face? Crazy.
But
I'm
Dynamic
pretty
has
sure
another
it's
one.
the same person who did Punch 12.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
Like 99% because it's Harry Chesler stuff. Yeah. Anyway,
All right. Let's go to the next dynamic.
yeah, the red dress.
What? Red Dress Distress?
This stuff's so difficult to find. I've seen this book once, and maybe I'm not paying attention all the time. But I pay attention enough to find the fucking dude attacking the bondage girl with a snake.
True.
I've seen it once, and I didn't take it serious, and I did not get it. And I'm just now noticing that there's an owl in the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh fuck! There's a bird up there too. Is this a buzzard or whatever?
There's another, but there's a couple of
Yeah,
buzzards.
I think that's a crow, maybe, but
We definitely got the owl.
See, you gotta
No, it's
tell me
got a
what
red
you
head.
think a crow looks like, bro.
Yeah, as a Crow fan, how could you get that wrong?
Yeah, well, this is back on my fucking radar now.
yeah, okay. A snake. Huh.
Yeah.
He's
that's
got- You know what? They just got out of church. It's one of those snake biting churches. That's not a
They're
problem.
running quickly to rescue her from all directions.
Yeah, that's fine. But he's a preacher. It's okay. That's why it's not in Soti.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
I
we're
don't know.
fine.
You're looking at that
I mean,
note.
I'm rationalizing why these didn't get here, and I think that's fine.
See, I'm going to
We're
argue
a
the
snake
other
biting
end
church.
of it, though, because
If you can argue out the next one, hats off to you. 'Cause here comes a fucking Schomburg from 45 at your face. Ah!
Well, he had his ethers. It's okay.
Dude, there's fucking the hypodermic needle poisoning children's candy. Like, what is happening?
But they're being saved.
Patriotism.
are they? Because he looks like he's inside.
Well,
What?
he's trying to take out the lab.
This guy is giving these kids outside candy.
Well,
Does this
he's trying
count
to
as
stop it?
rest the stress?
Maybe.
I didn't.
This is, we might be down the rabbit hole, gentlemen.
I didn't, but it's messed up.
Yeah, it's a Schomburg. I mean, that's how it goes. Z, you know.
Well, I think the wartime stuff just wasn't focused on.
Yeah, that's true. He might have given a lot of leeway with war stuff.
I couldn't not put this book on the list. It would have been criminal.
Oh, it's disturbing.
But
All right. What do we got next? Oh.
It's shocking how many times Peter probably had to use the red dress distress button. No, seriously, like, because we always joke about it until you realize, holy shit.
It's every other cover.
Like, yeah. And they're strong. It's not like I went reaching for shit. Like,
yeah, there were a lot.
this is literally Z and I 2 weeks ago, and I'm in the dress.
Who's the skull?
Peter just being like, fuck it, man, I'm out.
I just love like the rationale behind this. It's just nag. I'll teach you to nag.
Yeah, like,
That's
what
it?
the fuck is happening?
50s,
19
Yeah, she's
whatever
nagging
it
me.
is.
it's 50s house husband. He's allowed to do that, I thought, at the time, right? I've watched Mad Men.
I mean, I guess so, but you get the implication he does do that. But this time she's like, "No, you're killing me."
1948.
Whew.
Savage. This next one's brutal. I'm just gonna leave it, and then we can go to the next one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think
We've talked about this before.
we had
but
this
yeah,
one.
it's crazy.
But yeah, she's got a red dress on, but she's not in distress. She's causing the distress.
I was gonna say the same. Yeah, fucked up cover.
Fight against crime. Continue.
This one has so much more to it because of that tiny little bit of blood with the fucking knives in the back.
Well, this one, I gave it the stamp, but it's unsuspecting. She doesn't realize the distress that she should be in.
That's my favorite part of the show. RDD, you.
Subgenre.
Oh, then the next one gets it too, right?
I don't know, does it? I think it does.
What are the words? I can't see that one.
It's unsuspecting. That's all you need to know, Z.
Yeah.
It's literally
Yeah,
like, she's like, I'm going to burn you, copper. And the guy with the knife's like, that's what you think, bitch.
Yeah, that's what you think, girly. You're going to die too.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Alphabetically, how did this happen?
I don't know, but it was kismet.
Well, it's weird too, because it's 4 issues apart.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So and hats off for the unsuspecting. That's a delightful treat, Peter.
Yeah. Well, that's how I keep myself entertained when I'm putting this together.
As soon as I saw it too, I was like, "Holy shit!" The next book.
The next one does too. But this
yeah. So then, you jump to
if the fire one is number 1, this is number 2.
This is tough, right? This is 1954. I get the crime suspense 22 is better. I get it. This is a tough book to get, and it commands tough to get book money.
Yeah, this is way harder to find.
And way more right in your face. Like, I appreciate the Bundy fucking high belt, and like it adds that level of, Craig terror.
Mm-hmm.
But this is straight up like, here's your fucking head with the, no illusion, and it's going in a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarface, huh? I'm looking at his word bubble here. Scarface told me this road was blocked, but here come the cops.
Oh no! Well, you've been lied to.
Well, maybe you should have done one or the other. Do the body or the head. Don't try to dump them both at once.
Has anybody seen, when we were checking this stuff out, have you ever seen the Gaines stuff? The Gaines, like the set, whatever it is, his like talking points on
that would influence my talking points when we look at these things.
About Crime Suspense 22. Basically, he was questioned and was like, "You really don't think there's something wrong with this?" And he was like, "No. What would be wrong with it is if it was pulled back and you could see the full decapitated body with a head in the hand. Then that would be." It was just ridiculously like.
So this.
I have a line, man.
Right, but then he finishes it with, which is what I asked him to draw the first time, and he didn't. Like, it's some shit like that or the other way, but it's some ridiculous like stance that you're like, oh, okay, so he was a fan of they ask you for one and you give them $1 billion. You're like, oh, no, I don't think it's violent enough. You're like, all right, Gaines, I guess we're going to make the fucking Comic Code Authority then. And they're like, okay, I guess we're going to make MD and Valor.
Yeah.
Sorry, tangent. We'll get through
All right. We're moving on to Just Fight comics.
The 40. This is a nice one, man. This is a really, I mean, There's also a buzzard theme going on now. Like I didn't
Yeah,
catch
that kind
it
of is.
before. We're only on F and we're on buzzard like 38.
Why do these skulls have jewels like in their eyes down here too?
Oh, that's creepy.
It's like it's a treasure. Is this some sort of?
Oh, it's clearly the secret Nazi treasure. I didn't realize it was a World War II cover. Although I guess I should know the giant fucking symbol behind the fight.
Yeah,
You were distracted by the buzzard because you were in that kind of mood.
It was the RDD, man.
There it is.
Like, yeah, it's.
But yeah, so yeah, we got a lot of buzzards apparently. No buzzards here though. The other water wheel, another water wheel.
No, yeah, this took me a minute because, like, I don't know.
This one's almost so real. Like the other ones, you see her going, but this one, you're seeing her head about to go under. And they're branding her? Or is that a gun? That's a gun.
That was a gun. They were trying to get hero guy here.
This one's actually a little more terrifying because she's like on the other side.
And she's looking. Like,
yeah.
Looking at her eyeballs. She's looking at the water coming at her.
I agree. It's a little more.
Yeah, the other one you didn't get to see the water. You just had to make the implication that that was a water wheel that she was on, not just
this is just a little too real.
But we're gonna move on to the Fighting Yank.
Oh, this one's brutal, right?
No play on words there though.
Yeah,
I get a cobra.
Another theme: attacking with snakes.
I mean, Z loves the Fighting Yank.
I'm more of a Black Terror guy, but you know.
But again, another one that gets a stamp.
Yeah. And it's a Schomburg, so we get the Schomburg RDD.
Oh yeah, there it is down there.
Yeah, it's confusing because you're like, wow, you sure? It's so like there's a skyline with like not 4,000 images in it.
It's very tame.
You sure it's a Schomburg? Yeah, just a weird, like, I don't know, the imposing doom of like we're gonna have the snake bite your arm.
There's so many other ways to do this.
Oh, it's so much quicker and like this seems way too elaborate.
It's a ceremony. Hold your arm
Apparently.
while the snake bites you and hope he doesn't get me. Sounds like a plan.
Maybe they are coming from that
Dinner party?
other one. You know, the other snake fight.
Oh. Well, no, the other snake one was the coked up preacher that was just on his own.
He's okay.
Maybe they're in the same state.
Potentially. Definitely the South.
Anyway, let's go on. Front page.
Oh, we got a front page. So I'm going to let Z. Go ahead, Z.
Well, this one, this maybe was one of them that started the trend, and you know, it's not the first. It's not the, you know, there's a couple books in this thing, but this is kind of the.
It's recognized
not the first
as
horror
first
cover, but man, it's the first horror / brutality, I guess we could go with. I mean, because this is intense. It's, you know, an argument for the first 3 books involving horror is pretty where I'll put it. That's a tough book.
So I am a fan of it. I agree with you. It's in the top 3. I thought it was top 2 because I still think Our Flag by a mile. Like, there's no arguing Our Flag is a fucking horror cover in my mind.
Oh, somebody put an argument, though, that there's a superhero on it, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, that argument, like, I can say I don't like Superman as an argument, doesn't make him not like Superman.
I understand.
That said, that Dynamic 8, that's from 1944. If this is horror, that's horror. Like, I would give this for supernatural, but then again, that dynamic, like a demon with his fucking brain exposed holding a candle, like, that's pretty supernatural to me, man.
Yeah, that's still
I
just
own this book too. I don't own the others, but
that's still just a demon holding, or not a demon with its head exposed. But here, I mean, you look at this thing; it's holding a knife, and if you look at where he got this guy, looks like he got him in the head. Like, didn't even look like it was just in the back. Like, he stabbed his freaking head.
at least it was quick.
But then again, there was a hole, so maybe he got in the back first. I don't know.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have been stealing the jewels
That's true.
out of the grave.
Yeah, you go grave robbing, that's what will happen.
Well, that'll teach you.
Some real deal
That'll
shit.
learn you.
The weird thing about this book, besides all that other stuff, there's no month or season. It's just 1945.
Number one.
Interesting.
Now we head into the Ghost Tron.
Yep, Ghost.
Oh, Ghost. I don't want to talk about this one. You get this one.
This
I have a personal problem all of a sudden, so I'm not going to talk about it.
This is a grossly overlooked. This was a grossly overlooked run for a long time. Issue 6 was the big one. There's 3, 4, 5 of these that are all just over the top fantastic. I had never seen the 2 until 2 years ago. I went into a shop. I got this along with that Captain Marvel Jr. Hitler football cover. And the last issue of Captain America, 78 or whatever the fuck it is, 68, 78. And then I came home and it was on the fucking Hot 10. Not because I was like, hey, Stein, guess what I got? It literally, like, a way nicer copy had sold for some record amount.
That's funny.
I think this is the better cover.
I auctioned a copy off, and it way underperformed, and I'm real pissed about it, so I don't want to talk
This
about
book?
it. Yes.
When?
This last week. Don't even look. You'll cry. It was low grade, and I was trying to raise cash for something else, and I regret it.
So what? I mean, like, now I'll be the asshole who's like, why didn't you reach out? I buy pre-code horror books.
I understand. I was just like, at auction, it'll sell for a shit ton. Nope.
Yeah, no, I've been there. I did that too. I guess I'll just fucking rub it right at you then. I sold my Shock Suspense run and a few extra EC horrors. Floored by the prices they brought.
I think it was because it had some tape and stuff on it, and people like shied away.
Yeah.
What? Just lay it on us. What was the number?
It was under 2.
Yeah. What did you? So like that fucks me up too with horror. That I think there's a lot of horror that I listed that I was like, this is going to be like $500 or $600, and it was like, no, you can list it for 150 if you want to get paid.
I just thought it would go for 3 or 4.
Yeah, so would I. So when you say 2, I'm like, that's. I hear you.
It's not great though.
Just blame it on.
I thought you were bitter about the 6.
That's
This
fine.
one?
Yeah.
I still don't understand it, so it's okay.
One of the first trades Zurcher and I made was for this. And he was like, I don't like it. I was like, okay, I do.
Hey, I like the money,
this is-
but I still, if I bought it today, I would still be confused.
And to be fair, too, back then,
It was a fair price.
I didn't buy it. I traded you.
Yeah, it was a fair. We made a fair trade.
Yeah.
I just didn't like this one though. Z, it looks kind of like Beast Boy. Got the green hair.
Of all the books we're gonna look at, it doesn't make me go, oh, holy shit.
No, honestly, like, this is a book I won't end up keeping. I'll trade it against something because somebody will want it way more than me.
Yeah,
What fucks me up is the eye in the background. If you zoom under the between the O and the S.
Well, it's similar to the one on 2.
Yes. You're like, oh, there it is. Like,
with the tiny. Oh, no, that's his hand. And then you got this guy busting through,
Yeah,
ready
I mean,
to save the day.
it's a solid book. I just don't understand the fascination with it versus so many other books. But I think we all have those.
The bondage and the difficulty in getting
That it's the rarity, you're right?
You got the red dress distress.
That it definitely is.
And let's not forget, you brought it up on the last one, but this one made the list this week.
It did. I was a little disappointed in Stein for not realizing it's so sought after. So
yeah,
I was happy to finally have a book on the fucking Hot 10.
Yeah, right.
Honorable mention.
That's usually my best. That's my best chance I'm going to have one.
That's what Nico said to me. Nico's like, "Yeah, honorable mention. Settle down." I'm like, "All right."
That's the most likely place I'll find it.
And then we got another Ghost.
Yeah.
See, this is the classic in my head. This is the go-to cover because the other two. I mean, I like the two the best, but this is the quintessential Ghost cover in my head. If you said Ghost Comics,
pretty creepy. I'll give it that.
It's 53, I think. Number 2 is 56. So I'm thinking 53 for this. And this is Fiction House.
You just don't see a lot of Fiction House.
Well, you see of the good. I see
of the good
bullshit all the time. I'm like, where's the fucking...
You're right. I was not specific on what I meant. But yeah.
Where's Planet? Where's Ghost? Where's... Not Jungle?
We're not to the J's yet.
No.
We're still in G's.
No.
All right, so I won't linger here. We'll move on then.
Haunt? Yeah, we'll pick it up because we want to finish out, relatively.
Don't let the alphabet throw you though. Like there's a lot of letters that are packed with a lot of titles, and then we jump quickly.
All right, Haunt of Fear first, or tied for first. EC 1951, right? June. No, 50. Right? Yeah.
I'm going to let you do the years because
we're going to go June 50 with this, and see how well my brain, or if anybody catches it and cares. Anyway, I don't know. This is what started it all, and it's better than Vault 12 for a cover, so I went with it.
Got this little dude back here with the bone.
Yeah, right. Fun. It's good.
Looks like the first appearance of the Spectre back there. I don't know.
Or like the 40th.
Oh, yeah, I know. But in this title.
True. All right. Next is Horrific.
I debated this one, but I did give it the stamp. Because she looked like she's dancing, but she's not dancing of her own free will. And she's dancing in fire, so that is a distressing situation. So I gave it the stamp.
You're on mute, dude. This all means you're on mute.
Holy shit. This whole time I've been on mute?
No, sorry. I got sidetracked looking at something, but this one is, oh god, I've talked about it so many times. I freaking love it. And this and Black Cat, I don't know. Those are two that they're my favorites.
I think this is my favorite as well.
It goes back and forth.
I think this is what started us talking however long ago, was talking about this cover.
Well, yeah, because I think you sent me the Horrific 12 in the trade for the Ghost.
Oh, probably.
11 or 12, the vampire one.
Yeah.
Or the ghoul. It's not a vampire, it's a ghoul.
Holy shit. This is a book I've never been able to get, and it's... I don't know, man. Everything about this cover is fantastic.
I'd have two in the mid grades, and I'm just hesitant to get rid of them because you can't find them above like a 3.5. I feel like it's a tough run.
You're not going to hurt when you get rid of it, and I don't think you're going to be losing anything by holding.
No, it's Comic Media, and like I remember going to shows and saying, "Did anything by Comic Media? I'm looking for Horrific." They're like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Go away, son."
All right. The next is 3.
Yep.
We all
Got a
know
huge
this.
forehead.
Oh yeah. This is the most popular of the run. Great Don Heck. I don't know. I've owned one. I would buy it again if I ever saw it at a good price, but it just doesn't get me though. If we're talking Soti, that's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, I think if they would have made it red, blood red, it might have drew more.
True. It's kind of out of context too.
Yeah.
And it's a swipe.
Yeah, because potentially it's a war soldier. So really,
It's a swipe of that war cover.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know till like 6 months ago. Anyway, another Schomburg.
Yep.
I mean, we've been over this book before.
Yeah, we did this one.
We're just going to remind people that, like, I mean, I get it, man. There's war stuff, but, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this poor little... Well, I shouldn't say poor, but, yeah, this dude's arm.
Right? Like, that seems like it'd make
That's
it.
vicious.
All right. JoJo. I'm not trying to race. I just know we don't want to come in over 2.
I got you. JoJo, Congo King.
I have a tough time ignoring covers with snakes between legs. Like,
Well, it's another snake weapon.
Yeah, that feels like that's something he would be all over. That feels like it's a Soti thing.
And it kind of looks orangey, but I still gave it the...
thank you. And then we go on to another JoJo.
We do. But she's not getting it, because that's not a dress.
Fantastic. No, that's a great cover, though, huh? Just that classic good girl, I assume, Cayman cover.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But we hit the J's, so your Jungle Books are rolling now.
Oh, no. It's a fucking baker?
Huh. I could buy that.
Huh. No shit.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah, that's a baker. Like I said, I don't know everything. We don't know everything. We learn as we go, and happy too.
Absolutely. So this one reminded me of Jumanji with the hippo.
I really see that.
I've been watching it lately. It's been on cable, so.
This is a crazy cover, right? Like 1943 Rafael Astarita. Not as impressive as the next one. Issue 86.
Yep.
1947 Joe Doolin.
Oh,
Bunch
gosh.
of covers. But this is a, strong bondage. How did you overlook this cover? I really like 94. I know that's next.
This one? Yeah, not too bad.
Is that hot coals?
Looks like it.
Yeah,
I'm also surprised she can balance, because it's only holding her like right around her waist. Like she hasn't tipped or fallen out of that little net.
Yeah, she inspired Circus du Soleil.
It's just an intense cover. Nobody talks about it, And this is why we speed up, so we can stop a little on stuff like this. This next one, Lawbreaker, suspense story.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You got to find a better hiding place than this, lady. Because you can look at her. She thought she was safe up against this wall. Like, he's not going to find me.
No, this guy is just crazy-eyed.
Fucking tongue.
Yeah, tongues. He's got a handful of tongues that he's dropping.
Well, he comes up to tell the mute girl, who, on a side note, is holding an open robe, undone robe. Like, what is fucking happening right now?
I don't know.
And this shit's just like, nah. Yeah, Lou Morales, artist. It'll become the name's relevant later in the list.
Yeah, this is on the high end of disturbing.
I'd definitely say that.
This is one of the best horror, crime, shock, dark golden age covers, period. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this dude's creeping me out.
And enough people, I mean, people are familiar with this. And then we go to number 12. This is one people are not familiar with as much, I don't believe.
No.
But holy shit.
Can we zoom in? What's going on there?
She got eaten by fucking bugs, dude.
Well, yeah. I guess it looks like there's bugs on her.
No, look, read the bubble.
And then, all right, you can come out now, Beryl. I hope those hungry insects didn't scare you too much.
Like it wasn't intentional?
I don't know.
Oh.
And her ghost is behind
her
him.
Ghost. Her voluptuous ghost is back there.
Oh,
Yeah, isn't that fucking like... again, this is on the Lou Morales cover.
That's very...
Tame compared to the one before?
Well, no, but it's like a disturbing in like the Hitchcock type style.
Yeah.
Talking to his dead girlfriend.
And like, why was she in it? Like, it's just fucking weird. Ogden Whitney does not get enough love.
Oh.
And Peter's going to go to the next slide and show you Manhunt 2.
There you go.
Ogden Whitney cover. Superb red dress distress.
Boom.
Crime, you know.
Jim Klura, yes. That was a pretty fine ghost.
That's what I was talking about. Like, you look at the thing that was in the closet. Like, those bugs ate well.
That guy must be rich because that girl was out of his league.
Absolutely.
That's why he had to put her in the... And, like, why do you have a closet with hungry insects?
Well, it was also a nice house, too, so you got to imply that he probably does have money.
Hmm.
Get an exterminator, sir.
Or just don't hide people in the closet, dude. All right, Manhunt, we could go through the whole fucking thing. Number 6 is fantastic.
6 I skipped. 6 was the one.
No, we did. 6 is fantastic. We skipped it. A bunch of them are crazy. This is a fucking Dick Ayers cover.
Early.
1953.
Looks like Dick Tracy, but isn't.
Yeah, very Dick Tracy. And the creepy
little dude,
Igor type person.
And again, red dress.
Red dress stress. I think Dick Ayers is more known for inking like Kirby and stuff.
Yeah, he did a lot on the original Ghost Rider series too.
Yeah. So this it's fun to see this kind of thing. It's kind of like when you hit runs of Bernard Bailey covers that are not DC. Like you get real used to his DC stuff, like Our Man and Spectre covers and shit, and then you see like, oh man, we'll hit him later. But
yeah, you said Bernard Bailey, but I heard Beetle Bailey, and it was like, what?
The next one, I straight up have no. I mean,
it's beautiful, but I can see why it's not in Soti. It's not specifically.
It's evil.
But everybody who's ever looked at that knows that that's Satan on the cover.
And there's naked fairies flying around.
But that's how, like, all of that together is how you know that that's, like, I feel like the more religious you are, the more you're like, oh, that's the devil holding the fucking burning candle of evil? Like, That old white dude wasn't like, I'm telling you, man.
I think he was more into. I don't
All
think
right.
he was the devil. I think he was more into like just delinquency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delinquency and deviance.
Then the next cover is not going to, and this is an LB Cole, obviously one of the greatest LB
Yeah.
Cole. Followed by another.
these are fantastic
savage LB
covers. I just don't think it fits into his realm of what he considered a delinquent deviant. This is just,
And that's why I had to go with 100 badass covers and not just shit he would care about.
yeah.
That's true.
How can you do a list without the mask on?
No, you can't.
I mean, number 2 never gets enough love, but every face on number 2 is incredible.
There are 2 I didn't buy soon enough.
Unless you think the devil is doing the Saturday Night Live dance with the pointing.
Oh, shit, Peter. Well, now I know what the next Instagram story is.
So we're going to go to Mr. Mystery?
Yes, please. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Again, anyone familiar with the Mr. Mystery run? This whole thing is a masterpiece. I'm curious if Peter justified this being red.
No, this was too yellowy to be. This was definitely orange. I had to go with orange for this
I
one.
can't argue with that, man. It's orange.
Because the painting is what sold me. When I looked at the painting, which shows what this dude's about to do, which I think is really messed up, that she had to sit there and watch him paint this painting of what he's going to do to her. I was like, no, that's orange or yellow. Because there's blood, which is obviously in the red. So
what makes it for me is the red side, the Mister, that, and then the left border.
Yeah,
just can't call it red against the other.
Yeah, again, it was the blood with the dress. I was like, all right, that's not a red dress then.
And this is number 4, if we didn't say that.
Yes, because we still have number 6 coming.
Andrew cover, yeah, Tony Mortar. This is the water wheel one that I was referring to when I called it a chamber earlier.
There's surprisingly a lot of water wheels.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is like a fire water wheel too.
Yeah. Tony
Cauldron, you're right.
Tony Mortellaro.
And it's got the red dress.
It does have the red dress. Some dude in the back's going to get it next.
Mm-hmm. But I think to go off Z's his theory that the demons in hoods were cool.
We're okay with those.
Yeah, all right. The demons are not people.
I know, and that's
demons
why we
do bad things. We don't worry about them. Soti can't control demons,
and that's all we can do, man. Is just appreciate it. And this is one of the greatest pre-code horror. I mean, there's so many, but this is one of them. So many great covers.
Yeah, it's not
the
bad.
next one's.
This was a creepy.
Oh, this is disturbing just on the color palette.
This is the same artist, the Tony.
It's so grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mortar. You can see. Sign this one.
Yeah, right down in here.
Oh, I guess he signed both.
He did.
Orange
or
or red?
Sure to white box it so you can see his name.
Are we orange or red?
I think I'd lean towards the orange on this one again.
I'm with you.
I didn't stamp it. Again, because these roots looked a little more red. Granted, they could, this should be brown, but I don't know. I didn't give it the stamp.
I wouldn't have given it the stamp.
Plus, we had plenty.
11 is a Bailey, Bernard Bailey. We were talking about it earlier.
Something about ants is creepy to me.
Yeah, like this would be hard to argue, right?
Just the idea of the bugs crawling all over you, it just skews me out.
The fire ants or the flesh-eating ants. It's like the before and after of fucking Weird Mysteries 4. The one with the skeleton, the skull with the knife through the fucking eye socket.
Yeah.
And the weird ant with a mutated like dude head.
And then I know the next Mr. Mystery is one that also creeps me out.
Another Bernard Bailey. I think the rest of the run might have been Bailey. I think I know the rest of the ones we did or we covered here are Bailey's.
We might have. I think we did.
That's an interesting, Anthony. I like that perspective about the water wheels.
I'll bring it up here.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, so maybe a lot of the water wheels because the artists were mostly New York based and went to Coney Island atmosphere. Could be.
I appreciate perspective. And then the last one, it's another Bailey. Or it's not the last one. Fuck.
Yeah. But with the eye thing, I watched a little bit of Extreme Rules WWE before we started this, and we had the eye for an eye match. So I can appreciate fearing like things happening with your eye because it's just creepy as shit.
Isn't it?
It is. I don't know. Just things in my eye. Like I don't think I could ever wear contacts. Like if my vision was bad, I would be a glasses guy all day because I don't think I could keep putting my finger in my eye every day.
I'm with you, brother.
But this one's also messed up too.
Yeah, another Bernard Bailey. He kept it simple at points, but he delivered. This a fucked up cover. Nothing else to say.
I don't think it needs that much explanation.
I was not familiar. I don't know how this is emblazoned in my head. The next slide.
This one?
Yeah. What the? How is it? I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do I not own this book? What the fuck?
You got something against mummies?
Oh my god, do I want that book? Look at that. Everything about it's just over the top.
But it looks like the mummy's holding a roll of caution tape because I didn't think they rolled up their wraps the same way as like toilet paper style that we do today back then.
Well, he already started on her legs.
That's true.
And apparently he ran out of the white bandage and had to go get some police tape. So
I got you, lady.
And this is another Bernard Bailey cover, and I just did not know. I just didn't know this book existed. I don't know how I didn't know this book existed.
Yeah, and if the color wasn't muted, this could have possibly been a red dress, but the color's so muted I couldn't make that call.
Yeah. With the abundance of caution tape.
Yeah.
There. Boom, ching. I'll go with the not red too.
But yep, Mommy just got back from Home Depot. All right, let's move on to.
I think that's the last. Yeah, we go into Mystic.
Yeah, that was the last Mr.
So
Mystery.
all right. So this.
Oh yeah.
Changed my mind on this. First of all, before I let everyone go on, this stupid rare. I don't know why. There's a few Atlas books that are just not out there. I, years ago, bid on a low grade, and it was as horror was exploding. But it wasn't full, horror had not achieved what it has achieved these days. Although, again, some of those books go for nothing right now. This book was hundreds and hundreds of dollars in low grade.
Interesting.
How is this not included? Like,
what year was it?
It's the Red Threat. Oh, 53?
Yeah, but again, it's propaganda then. He's not going to count it. That's propaganda.
Yeah. I can see
Same with World War II stuff. He wouldn't have put it in there because this is with a good cause.
I'm getting good. It's March of 53. Okay. All right. I get. Oh man. I just roll it, Peter.
All right, we're gonna go jump all the way from M to P. Pep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nazi vampires.
With hypodermic, skull, bondage, red dress cover.
I mean, hypodermic. To me, that he got so hung up on that I think any hypodermic should have been in it. You won't get an argument other than it's probably too early for him to really focus on.
Or we go back to your propaganda because it's a Nazi. So I just ask because it's a bad Nazi.
This, for what it's worth, when you wanted to read Archie back then, this is what you were buying to read Archie. Like,
how'd that poor kid make it through?
This is 1942.
Maybe that's how he made it through. Is like you were reading all the cool shit and you just kind of said, "Well, I'm going to read this story too." Maybe.
That's all. He just stayed in high school the whole time. But we can't have Archie graduate from high school because
he was the only thing to survive Soti. You liked Pep Comics? Well, we got Archie.
That's pretty much it. Like, is that?
Now we'll move on then. I like the next one. There's a lot going on in the next one. And we've talked about this one before. This is the Punch.
Okay, so this is that same dude, Gus Ricka.
I love this one.
That did the dynamic cover, the dynamic covers, and I'm 99% he did Punch 12. This is a better comic cover than Punch 12 to me. I said it.
It's not a better image, but I get what you're saying.
There's a lot going on here. You got the whole.
It delivers a lot harder.
I think you should zoom in a bit. Let's do a little Peter.
What do you want? What do you want?
Commentary on these? What Rena's riffs?
Right there, yeah. I like
too much to really riff on this one. You got the whole fourth wall breaking of the artists getting killed by all these creations. With you got Colonel Klink up here trying to hang him, and then you got this lady in the red dress just shooting him in the back. But you don't need to shoot him in the shoulder while this little bastard here's got 2 knives stabbing the shit out of him. And he's got the his little paintbrushes and he's working. And I don't know who he's calling. Who's he going to call?
Nobody, Peter. Nobody.
Nobody. Exactly. Because we forgot about the guy who's going to hit him with a goddamn what did they call those little saps or what were the old timey like those old detective novels? You knock people out with these little sacks
of oil.
I was going to say a sock full of quarters.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. There's a name for that little thing, and if somebody is in
like
the chat,
it's not a billy club, it's a
thing. It's called. Yeah. It had a name because I used to read a lot of Raymond Chandler.
This feels like a solo Wookiee question. Help us out here.
It's got a name. I just don't remember what it is.
Anthony Purdue didn't like my theory, but I appreciate it. Archie gave the vets overseas a back home a moral boost. It's probably a better story.
And as Robert said, it's Gulliver's Travels on drugs. All the little people are fighting back.
That is scary close to true. Like now when you look at the cover, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
But that's what happens every time.
Slapstick, Robert Fordham.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
That's that Harry Chesler printing company. Fucking Punch, Dynamic. They're the ones who put the I think the Overstreet Guide quote is bare-breasted women on the cover of Punch like 21, 23, whatever it is, not important. We go to Rangers.
Yep, we go to Rangers. Hitting up R.
He always, Wortham liked to point out the seductiveness of the bondage covers, how the ladies always had one leg and knee, seductively up. So, again, we got the wheel. This is the fire wheel, but we got the wheel, which, again, Peter, I'll ask you, if you got a fire wheel, do you really need a sword?
That is true, but I'm just going to point out that I was right. Solo Wookiee confirmed it. It's a sap.
What's a sap?
But this is pink dress distress, so I didn't make a sticker for this one.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and Dr. Death from Tokyo is really proud that he's from Japan because he put it right on his goddamn shirt. Just so there's no illusions where he's from. He's representing his nationalism while he does this weird bondage fire wheel.
Fire wheel.
Yeah, different from the water wheel. This is the fire wheel.
The next one's a red dress and a red seal comics.
Oh. And a red cape.
And a red cape. Again, you know, it's that Chesler style. You can just tell, I don't know, everything about the cover, like it's that artist style. It could be that Gus Ricka guy again.
Is that a hypodermic that he's shooting? Yeah, it is. He's shooting
Soti, that's in it. That's got to be in it. Why not?
And again, another coked up mad scientist. Look at his nose.
He's got the bottle. Roly poly.
Roly poly, it is. This is just messed up.
There's another one of those fucked up ones that people are like, huh, haven't seen that before.
No, it's like
You haven't
isn't
seen
this like a funny animal book?
It sounds like it.
It's more like kid cartoony. Usually, I don't. It's like out of nowhere.
Yeah, when I saw Roly Poly on the list and I looked up the cover, I was like, wait a second, this is Roly Poly? We got one of the goddamn Vatican guards here down here, and then a fucking head on a fence post.
Yeah, dude, the Joffrey. Then we get a Rula with a Fantastic Snake cover again.
Oh, yeah, another snake.
Lots of snakes.
Bondage. We jump ahead to the best cover in EC Comics. One of. It's just ridiculous. Wally Wood. Like, what the fuck?
Yep, I got a reprint of this one with a price sticker stuck to the goddamn thing.
I like how you. I got the reprint. I got the
reprint, dude. Even the reprint's expensive as balls.
It is when it doesn't have a price sticker stuck to it. That if you try to peel it off, it rips the cover off because apparently glue really adheres over years with some of these stickers.
That's still an eBay VF.
It's in a box somewhere around here.
Schomburg at his other end of the spectrum is the next comic, Startling 40.
Oh, yeah, this one.
What a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, this is good. Mike and I had this was on a theme Hot 5 list with Schomburg. And, Bender. Red Dress Distress.
Well, but I can see why it's not Soti. It's sci-fi. It's a robot. Yeah, that could happen. That's more futurism. Doesn't cause deviance. The robot can't be a deviant.
About that cover.
I suppose.
I love the pink clouds. Love everything.
Oh, yeah, the pink clouds are good, but
this one, I don't. This one, like, lives on my feed for some reason.
This is a really strange book to me because I never think of it as an LB Cole. Like, when I think LB Cole covers, this never comes into my mind. And I'm not going to lie, it's not one of my favorites.
No. Is it number 10? Is that what it is?
Yes, from 1952.
It's because I was always looking for Startling 10, and this always shows up in that hunt. And I honestly have passed several cheap copies of this one as it was going up, and kind of now I'm like, God, why didn't I just buy them?
Because you don't like Green Mr. Hyde?
Totally tear shit, stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Hair pulling?
I just don't. I mean, like, it's a quasi-semi red dress distress. Like,
I didn't give it the sticker. I thought about making like a pantsuit joke, but it's not really a pantsuit either. It's kind of like a 80s business lady attire, but in the 50s.
It's just, I don't know. It's okay. For what you expect from him, it's okay.
And that's my problem with it. from the red dress distress aspect, if it just doesn't get there, to the cover itself, it just doesn't get there for me. Like, because I know that in this other, what else is in this run, and I know that the Weird Tales covers that he did, and the fucking crime cover, like, but then there's other terrible covers, like the Startling Crime Cases, and
well, it doesn't even have the traditional, like, so many colors in the title. It's missing a lot of things.
Yeah. And I misspoke. I did give it to it. I gave it the dress.
I'd let you go.
I'll go with it.
But the next one, there's no red dress, but the next one's just messed up.
What a fucking quintessential.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like spiders to begin with. So spiders with skull heads, dripping blood out of their mouth, just, no, I'm good.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, this is one of the... LB Cole covers are tough to say what's the top, because there's so many when you hit... Because, like, there's the Blue Bolt stuff that, like, all commands 500-600 raw. There's this. I lean towards this, but I know it's suspense. Never mind.
Well, it's funny. Our friend DS Comics, we talk about a lot, offered me one of these in trade for a horrific one, and I like Waffle, and I'm like, I didn't, but it was one of those
How
I'm
nice
like,
was this?
maybe.
How nice was the 11?
It was fine. I mean, they were comparable.
It's the
Value wise, I don't remember the grade, but value wise, they're comparable. And I was like, I can't give it up. I love the freaking one I love.
Oh yeah, see, this might be one of the few books I would, if I didn't own this book, this would be one of the few things that I would consider.
It was not a bad trade. I just,
No, but I also don't have two horrifics. If I did, I might find myself being like if I had two peanut ones, I wouldn't let one go. I'd be like, that's cool. Never mind.
Sorry.
I get you. See,
I'm entertained by Solo Wookiee's comment. Keep him as a pet, name him Fluffy.
It is a pretty demented skull. He's got blood on his teeth.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I'm just creeped out by the whole thing.
The weird... All right, let's go to the next one. Sorry. I keep rambling. We're going to end up in fucking...
Yeah.
We're not doing too bad. I'm looking at the list. We're moving at a pace for 2 hours.
Well, hopefully you guys can riff, because I gotta pop out for like 10 seconds.
All right.
I'm going to let you guys discuss the next one, which is Strange Terrors.
Yeah, I mean, RDD, man.
Nope, not in Solo.
Yeah. What else is going on there? Is that a Hindu Buddha something? It's like a... God, I don't know what that is.
I don't know, dude, but it's a skull cover and it's hidden on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, then it falls under satanic rituals, and we let that stuff go, and,
Yeah, so this is fun, because this is one of those...
I just added it as to get from 96 to 100.
No, Jesus, look at it. Red dress bondage. Get the fuck out of here. You're wrong, but we'll keep going. This is one of those fun 25-cent Golden Age books that's...
Oh, yeah, the thick boys.
I mean? Like, it's one of those... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I'm sure, you get the big old covers and all that stuff, then, man, that stuff's tough. Wally Woods. It's got the nice sci-fi vibe, though. I mean, it's not sci-fi, but it's the art. You definitely see it. So.
Can you go to Strange Worlds? We're waiting on Peter.
Peter's coming back. I saw him.
I'm right here. I had to do the 20-second hand wash, That's what you do after you go to
Anthony
bed.
Purdue, I like your comment on the spiders. They're a popular 50 subject about mutation. I mean, all the drive-in movies and giant spiders. I get you. I've never seen one with a skull head, but that would be terrifying.
And I missed the red dress distress sticker while I was gone.
Hey!
But there you go. Strange World.
Nudity covers.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. I chased this book for a few years. I found it. I was happy. I've moved on from it. I forget if it's sold yet, but it's one of those. You guys in the show have allowed me to get to a point where I can appreciate the people that say I owned it, and I moved on from it so I could own something different. Because we can't own everything at the same time.
Nope.
But I could own a lot of different shit if I tried.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my theory. Is that I've owned it. I've looked at it. I've stared at it in my hand and seen the art up close. Some of them stay and some of them go.
And yet you still can't explain how the hell this guy's helmet is attached to his body, keeping the air in. Because
why has she not got a helmet?
Why doesn't she?
She's an alien, I guess.
So I have to keep in mind too, and everyone.
She's an alien. Send me to that planet.
Vampires in the void. I don't know. Is she a vampire? I don't know.
Does she own the enchanted dagger?
Are they
very
shooting
Lauren
people
Bacall
off,
too,
like,
like
into
the Spirit
a planet?
22, right? She's got that vibe.
Like, I don't get what's going on with the naked people either. Like, are they in bullets? Are those like Marvin the Martian? They're going to blow up the Earth?
No, we're sending them to populate another planet, Adam and Eve.
Oh.
We're just being good citizens on this cover. I think we're fine.
She's a weird vampire of the void.
I gotcha.
He's gonna just pop her in the back.
I go to that planet of vampires. I'm cool.
What's up with her earring? Why is it? Does she have 2 ears? Look at this.
Hey, we can't all be perfect, Peter.
No,
There's
she's
a weird piercing in the side of her neck.
She's a vampire.
It's a symbol.
Anyway, she's not in distress. That's orange, not red, so it doesn't get
Agreed.
any stamp. So we'll go into the next string.
Oh, this one.
Now this book is one that I am not getting rid of. Yeah, this took a spell. I mean, this isn't terribly expensive. I think I paid, $300-400 for a 4 or a 5. It was like $100 a point.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That seems super reasonable for this book. Yeah.
For the horny alien? Sure.
I dig the cover, and I also accept that this is going to be a book that goes away in round 2.
But for now, hold on as long as you
I
can.
still have it, and I love it.
Yeah, I like the colors. I like the whole layout of it. It's very pleasing, like with the blues and the reds, the yellow. I don't know, something about
the yellow has that ghost look. The Ghost 2.
It's very similar vibe to that. On the
melty lingerie,
and you get the little hint, like it's kind of see through. Like it's very suggestive. And like I said, handsy alien. Like I don't know, I get it.
Yeah, just like the weird pervert alien. You're like, okay, dude, weird.
But yeah, it's Sirens of Space, so it's her fault apparently.
Wally Woods.
So move on.
Yeah, on cover. Sorry, dude, this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's an intense guillotine.
Yeah, that's an insane paper cutter that you would find at the office.
No, it's funny. I work in pharmacy. And we have like pill splitters, and usually it splits one pill. One place I was at had one that split 20, and I'm like, that's a OSHA violation waiting to happen. We're talking an 8-inch razor blade on a. What are we doing here? That's what I think of here. I'm like, that's just overdue. Oh God.
And yeah, go ahead, Peter.
It just gets the sticker. It gets the stamp, the post-it.
Yeah, it does. I am confused as to why he has the mask, and I really need to point out the Chesler like fucking box in the background of the dude getting stabbed fucking by swords.
Oh yeah. What about this head that's just on the floor? It's just on a platter. Just a random head.
There's a lot going on in this one.
You got the garter showing, and she matched the shoes to the dress. She's ready.
Ace Comics, Warren Kramer cover.
Definitely not bad. Now I know we've seen the next one before too.
Well, because it's. I mean, we say that several books are the king, but this is the king of kings. And I don't even know how to categorize it.
There's a lot going on. It's kind of tough to categorize this thing.
It fits in so many genres. We just admit it's a monster.
You just bow down to Schomburg and like you accept that one of the stories in this, based on the cover, is called like I forget. It's Clan something. It's ridiculous.
The Nazi clan. And that's maybe the thing. It goes back to John's theory about the, Nazis. It's patriotic. We're good with this. Nazis bad.
But no part of this is patriotic. This is Schomburg just being like, what? Fucking.
This is one of the books, though, that like serious dealers are surprised to see.
Yes.
This
is one of those, 10
very, 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 like we say tough. This is as tough as they come, basically.
Tens of thousands of dollars past a 2, I think.
Mm.
Like this is quintessential top 20, top 25 Golden Age.
I think when we talked to Barack, he's like, this is one I'm still happy to see because I don't see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Crazy.
Now we move on to a different angle. From the horror, from the distress. This is more implied distress. Or just inappropriate.
Oh, dude, this ridiculousness. I didn't know about this book. Somebody pointed it out to me. That's all. I mean, just zoom in on the balloon.
I'm a fan of double entendre, so I made sure to put this one in here.
That's the most ridiculous. I mean, like, I don't understand how you get away with that shit.
Yeah, that little cheat will do anything to hold dick.
Yeah, like, what is happening?
Name, but it's still.
And then the comeback of the other lady's like, oh, okay. Like, I don't even understand what the other one means.
Yeah, well, I'll give you that. He just don't know. He just doesn't know about the things I do about her. Wait, was that? Did I read that right? But he doesn't know the things I do about her. Just wait till I get him alone.
Yeah.
Like, what is she gonna do?
Right, like I know things about that bitch. She holds dick.
Yeah, she's about to hold it right now.
So yeah, that's one of them. But that's arguably the most classic of the double entendre covers. Blah blah blah.
This one is just disturbing, though.
You ready for this too? Baker.
You better take off those flimsy, wet clothes and get into these warm pajamas and stop acting so shocked.
You want to hear something else shocking? The cover before, holding dick? Baker.
I mean, I could have told you it's Baker.
I was pretty shocked. Not this. I had this for a little while. You never see him, and then in comic auctions, sometimes you get lucky. I think I got a 1/8 for like $50.
Yeah, things sneak through every once in a while. You get,
I flipped it for $3, bought another Golden Age book, probably a Snoopy book.
To level set everybody's expectations over the implications of the comments made on these covers, this cover and this book title is Teenage Romances. So put that in perspective that we don't know how old these girls are that are getting referred to in this manner.
The same thing with one before that. They're like, oh, the dick holder?
Yeah. Once I thought about it in that vein, like I get it. When I was in high school, that's one thing. I'm no longer in high school. I'm very far removed from high school. This should now be a little disturbing to me.
Yeah, you also got to remember that, like, this is the, getting married at 19, 18, like that was
true.
True.
That's true. 19, you're still in teenage romances and you are an adult. So,
Well, one of these teenage romances resulted in that cover of, nag, 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 I'm going to choke you.
also true.
And the last one is another teenage temptation. This is a baker.
Yeah, this guy. Rape culture at its finest.
Yeah, dude, like, what the fuck?
You keep out of this, Fenton. I'm not losing the time and dough I invested in this chick.
There were a couple
Wow.
covers that I was like, yeah, there was shit that I was like, I can't put on here because it was so. There's ones that are more.
The Me
intense.
Too movement would have a field day with this one.
Yeah. Wow.
There's ones that are way more intense than this, but we were on a baker run, so
Oh,
I kept it. And then to get out of the weirdness, I went for Injury to Eye cover thing, Lou Morales.
There you go.
Lou Morales. Who's Lou Morales? The dude I said earlier. Don't forget this name because it's going to come up later.
Well, you had him a couple times.
Thing is like, DS said it the other week, is it has the most like just damaged, not eye covers, but just like damage type covers, very gruesome. And I've looked at this one, and I don't have a passion for the eye damage. I don't think.
I don't have a passion when I realized, this covers, I just don't, I get it. It's a demon fucking puncture eye cover. I don't like it at all. It's not for me.
No,
I didn't realize till today the woman, and then the ugly woman, and then the angry, ugly, big mouth woman, and then the bird, and then the bird man.
Yeah, the woman became Birdman.
Yeah, right? Like, that's not me.
I didn't either until you just said that.
Like, yeah, that makes the cover so much worse for me.
I kind of appreciate it more.
Just watch who you're trying to hook up with at Carnival, because you could turn into a peacock Birdman creature.
I always get so distracted by the Birdman, I never look behind him.
Right.
These weird ass snakes.
You never look behind it.
Yeah, it. I mean, this is a book I actually had an opportunity to buy at a reasonable price, and I passed it up a few times, and I was like, eh.
I don't blame you.
It wasn't a flippable price. It was like, you're buying it at a good price, but
if you want it.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yeah. Well, prepare yourself for the next one, because this magazine is haunted.
Yeah, all right. This one's a weird one.
Dude, there's a fucking hook going through the severed fucking head of what appears to be some hillbilly-ass vampire.
And is happy about it.
It reminds me of the Jeff Dunham.
There you go, folks. Yeah. Jeff Dunham and
Pre-code
Age Comics. That's it.
It 100% does. It reminds me of that dude's fucking puppet.
I gotcha. Was Dr. Death is back again. If you don't recall, Dr. Death, wasn't he the flaming head on the stovetop? Or was that Mr. Crime? No, it was Mr. Crime.
No, that's Mr. Crime. Dr. Death Crime. is the crypt keeper of this magazine's haunted.
Black jackets and black top hats is a familiar look.
You know. Yeah, this cover, again, I appreciate that it's a top 100 horror cover for people. I'm okay. I don't need to own this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of sloppy.
What about thrilling crime cases?
This was my 3 Comic Money pick the other week, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one's gorgeous.
Which one was this for?
Psychedelic. It's one of the last 3 Comic Monies I did. I got to show off that I own this book.
Yeah,
love this comic.
This was the Cole that I always wanted and I didn't get.
Poison, cover, murder, teaching people how to, all the things Wortham had a problem with. And just a gorgeous LB.
And more snakes.
Snakes and pink suits and thrilling cases of crime.
And I know a lot of people have seen the next one too. The Tomb of
Yeah,
Terror.
this next one's pretty popular. I'm not a fan, but let's see where Z lands.
Yeah, I dig it. I don't know what's exactly is going on, but
it's popular. It's always like the Red-Hooded Stepchild to me. It's okay. I understand why people like it. It's Black Cat's less cool cousin.
Like twice removed on the like wife's side.
I if I stumbled upon one, I would buy it, but I'm not going to overpay.
Well, the Black Cat, you at least understand. You got the radium. You get the implicated what's going on. I have no idea why this guy's face is exploding. Like, there's nothing to give me a sense of
where did it come from?
What's happening here.
But we do get the pin, I think.
I guess.
The red dress distress.
I didn't give it because she's distressed, but she's not in distress. This guy's not going to hurt her. His face is blowing up. She's just watching.
Yeah, but it's not red dress in distress. It's distress. She looks pretty.
I took it as she's in distress, so I didn't give it to everybody who might be distressed viewing other things happening on panel. So I didn't give it the stamp. So I moved on to true crime.
Be interesting.
Oh, this one's funny.
Ooh, so now does this get the stamp?
She's not distressed. She's firing back. She's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, she's
wouldn't
red dressed. I'm going to take you out.
So it's red dress stress.
I didn't give it either.
That's fancy shooting, though.
The first thing I thought of was Police Academy 6, the Manhattan one, where Tackleberry shoots "Have a Nice Day" into the wall, but I could not find that. It was shooting Rat. So I instead went with Lethal Weapon. With the "Have a Nice Day." Because that's what I thought of in looking at that. Those are the two things. I couldn't find Tackleberry, so I went with Lethal Weapon.
I thought of Tackleberry before you should, but yeah. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. That's
all right. Just keeping us moving.
That True Crime's from 1948.
Oh, with the rat?
Crazy to me that's on the newsstand in 48. Like, this is all... It's important to remember that the crime, a lot of this is before the pre-code horror, like, real movement, which was like 1950 to 1954. A lot of these disturbing crime covers are in the late 40s. And Peter, double entendre cover.
Oh.
Or no, never mind. Whatever it's called.
Well,
Innuendo?
I guess this would be Innuendo, which is... And just what must I do to get those? You know what you need to do to get those. Everyone here knows, apparently, what you're supposed to do to get those. And it's inappropriate.
She's gonna get them.
Did you see the one Nico found, which is 2 issues later? It's like the boyfriend going, "What did you do to get these?"
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Look it up. Yes, I didn't know it. He found, I think this is 23, that's 25, and I'm like, what? There's a follow-up almost. I've never seen the cover before at all, and it sells for a decent premium.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
So, yeah, this one, innuendo at its best.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if it's really innuendo. I think it's pretty blatant.
Pretty racy.
He's asking a very straightforward question. What do I need to do to get those? It's up to us, I guess, to infer what his response would be. But moving on. Underworld.
Oh, yeah. This is another monster.
The 7?
I have never seen this one. Like, I mean, in real life, I've never seen one. Any wall, any show, never.
I don't know. I think that's a really good point. See,
is that plugged in? Like, I'm looking at his little poker. Like, it looks like it's got a wire.
Yeah, it looks like the thing I used to start my grill.
I was gonna say it looks like one of the little tack irons I have when I thought, hey, maybe I need this to press.
It's one of, it has a little tank there.
Yeah. Ooh. It's gruesome. The colors are interesting. I mean, the art on this one is actually just so different.
Yeah, the faces are super different.
Yeah, I like how this dude's concentrating more on the guy's reaction than what's going on in front of him. Like, look, he's looking at this guy more than he's looking at what's about to go down here.
Maybe you can't look at her eye getting poked out.
But he's got a smirk, like he's down, he's in.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
he's
that's
not
not
disturbed
a
by this.
blowtorch.
The blowtorch? Is that what? Oh,
Yeah, I think it's like one of those hand like torch.
okay.
Things.
I was just taking it like a little, I don't know.
I was thinking it was a poker, but yeah.
No, I think it's a torch, and that's why there's the line of gas, or the line.
Yeah. Well, regardless.
Yeah, this one's a big boy book.
Vault of Horror next.
Hey,
You know,
hey! I love Christmas covers.
Exactly. Who says Christmas like a beheading?
this didn't make Soti because, every guy probably had this day where it felt like a good idea.
He might not have done it. He could have just been winding up because he was angry.
This is not a juvenile problem. This is a midlife crisis problem.
This cover is made by the fucking tag, the gift tag. Like, man.
The Merry Christmas to my wife. I'm assuming I'm using the properly.
Yeah,
this is an old man problem. This is not a delinquent children problem. It's fine.
what a fantastic cover.
That's another one I regret, but I'll get one.
I think we go to a back-to-back Bill Everett.
The Venus.
Shifting into horror.
It's been a while. But
1951.
we get the red distress. It's been a while, but we got one.
Triumphant return, balancing out that average. Bill Everett, the Submariner, amongst countless other things, and some beautiful Venus non-horror covers.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell else is going on with these. You got, like, what's this skeleton carrying? It looks like an ammo case from, like, World War II.
No, it's a step.
It's just a step?
Yeah, I don't know why they're building
Stairs.
I think it's supposed to be bricking people into the wall.
Oh, I got you.
But it really comes off like they're building steps.
I see it. Oh, yeah, he's got the masonry work here. I got you.
It doesn't answer the question of why are they building steps, though, Peter. So, I don't know.
All right. Not far off. And that's not even like a real, just full-on red dress. Like, she's got a full-on cape. Like, where the hell did they catch her? Anyway, Venus. We'll move to the next Venus, which I think this is a popular cover, right? I've seen this one quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a big dog.
Crazy, crazy big.
I love
Arguably,
the Boogie Nights song you put to this story with this image, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
that was fun. I have fun on Instagram. I've given up on trying to care about the music and just put what I amuse myself with.
I liked it.
Best Atlas cover for horror, arguably.
Funny, so many great covers. It's so hard to decide. It comes down to personal preference. And I mean, this could be number one on a lot of people's list.
Well, within Atlas, I don't think Atlas has a stronger.
No, I just mean in general. Even this is a contender for a top general list.
Yeah, absolutely.
But might not have made Soti because of the, skeleton demons with the hoods.
Good find, Peter.
Discount them.
Demons.
The list.
We're out. We're cool.
But
Voodoo?
what about Voodoo?
Voodoo seems like delinquents can get into it. We should not let them talk about Voodoo.
This is a fun RDD, right? This is a cover that doesn't come up in talks when people talk horror that much.
No.
The entire Voodoo run's fantastic. It's outside the box. One of my favorite covers is a skeleton with a fucking like gemmed out turban and a giant fucking scythe riding a goddamn elephant. Like, that's that's how you step outside the box, man. Like this, some crazy oversized witch or normal sized witch
with a mini person.
Yeah, I mean, we never know.
It's funny. I thought her hump was on the other side earlier.
Ah.
What's she saying? Now over the magic flame you go, and soon you will melt away like waxen taper.
Okay. Do you really need magic flame to melt somebody away? Like,
I guess if you're a giant or you made them tiny, it's got some magic has to be involved somewhere.
I guess.
I'm sure people would notice this gigantic witch lady walking around town getting groceries.
Burning people.
Yeah, and burning people for shits and giggles.
Web.
Yeah, we're going to web. Another snake.
Snake, ridiculous skeleton cover.
I was thinking Morpheus is first with the hair. It was looking like Sandman.
This is issue 1.
I can see that.
Yeah, like, I mean, look at that. I don't know. Could be a party. Yeah, those are maracas. He's a little.
All right, I'm gonna burn through the weird stuff, quite literally.
We don't got too much left. We got weird chills next.
Yeah.
It's hypodermic. That should be in.
Bernard
Transfusion.
Bailey, Transfusion, Bailey. I mean, he also did the cover to 2.
Yeah, that should be in. Definite in.
Yeah, I mean, look at this little scientist dude, this zombie thing. Yeah.
And then issue 2, Bernard Bailey, the most violent eye face damage cover.
Yeah, weird little lizard dudes. I'm more disturbed by this guy down here pulling the eyelid down than the lip poker or the guy with the hammer. Like, I could take a mini hammer maybe to my eyeball because I feel like, ow, it would hurt for a second. But something about this little guy with the hook is just creeping me out.
I understand that.
Because this one's also just doing a lip piercing. That's not even very horrific. That's like par for the course for some some folks out there. Weird Mysteries next.
Another Bernard Bailey. I was on the fence about this one, and then once you take it all in, the decapitation, the fresh blood on the floor, and the scimitar,
yeah, but it's a ghost doing it, so it's okay. That's not deviant.
I think this dude did it.
It's not deviant.
And
it's
he
okay.
created a ghost.
Yeah, he's got the bloody fucking saber here. And the
You're right.
giant candle.
I interpreted it wrong.
Yeah, the ghost is saying, "Son of a bitch, you killed me. I'm back to get you."
You're right.
You might not
Still
notice.
trying to check this off the list. I'm trying to make that
Killer,
one.
he's got one of the evil mustaches going. You know how the bad guys back in the day had the mustaches that they could twirl and pull.
That's how you
He's got a
do.
mustache. None on the ghost or the severed head.
All right, so the next one's a big dog.
Yep.
Monkey brains. Who doesn't love them?
Absolutely.
Again, just broken record.
Not a lot to add to that one.
There's not that we haven't already said 100 times. Like 1953.
This next one, though, always overachieves.
Yeah. Well, this one's creepy.
Again, Bernard Bailey, broken record, 1953.
This
Dude,
one is one that continues to grow on me.
Yeah, I get it. I went to Catholic school early years, so this thing kind of bothers me. This is creepy as shit.
It's imposing.
This might be the best 3 cover alphabetical run we've got with this next one.
Oh, the next one's the last, right? It's the
the last of the weird. Oh no, it's not actually.
Oh,
no, I just meant the run. It's issue 8. It's issue 8 of Weird Tales of the Future. I think that's the last issue of the run.
I gotcha.
That's all I meant. Sorry.
This one, man, just a missing heart. Oh, I love it.
One more time for good measure. Bernard Bailey, 1953. The fuck.
Yeah.
Not Beetle Bailey. Bernard.
Hell of a run.
The dude who was doing Spectre and Hourman for you. Like, it's that Alex Schomburg juxtaposition. The gorgeous Spectre covers and the ridiculous horror stuff.
Yeah.
Because the next one is a Weird Terror, not Weird Tales.
The Don Heck.
Oof.
I've never actually seen this one.
The View from the Oven.
Oh, this is creepy.
Like Apt Pupil style.
Yeah. So Don Heck, Black Widow, Hawkeye, burning people alive in the
very prominent career.
And he co-created Iron Man too, right? It was like Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye. I'm like 99. No, I'm like 90.
I think you're right.
The last two, the 52 and 57, I'm positive on because that's how I remember. It's the 2 intros in the TOS run, and then in my head, it's also TOS 39, which is Iron Man.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty sure. But anyway, again, juxtaposition. Like, this is a pretty intense other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, that one's freaking creepy.
As is the first appearance of Serpentor here.
This is a Don Heck cover again. It's kind of it's cool, and then you look closer and you're like, oh, they're tied together at the wrists, fighting with axes.
This inspired the music video for Beat It, where they tied their hands together to have a knife fight. But in this case, it's an axe fight.
And I don't know, man. That for me adds a whole level to that. Like, I'm okay with monster covers; they are what they are. But that's all fucked up. And
that's probably where Wortham missed it, because again, monsters wearing hoods, like this guy back here, negates the whole thing. Demons, okay. Weird gang fights where you tie your hands together and fight with knives or axes, he probably would have a problem with.
Wings. I mean, yeah. Speaks for itself.
I like the next one. I think this has come up on horror books we've talked about before.
Oh, Christ. The Witch's Tales?
Yes, the Witch's Tales. With the head inside the bell.
He was just improvising, using what he had.
Yeah, and I dig it. That's creepy as hell, but awesome at the same time.
Bell went away. I needed to make it work. I found a head.
Harvey Horror. I don't know what else to say. Like, Harvey owned horror, and it's so strange. Because when you think of it, you're like, no, not oh, fuck. Almost, yeah, okay. Half the top 10 are Harvey books. Because I think this is a top 10.
Yeah.
In terms, just straight up in terms of monetary coming at the market. This book is
top 10, top 15, I think.
Gotcha.
I think it's top, 7.
It might be.
A poor complete from MCS is up and will probably move within the week for like 800.
All right, you're right.
I didn't think so until I saw it. I was like, oh, okay.
And
Moving
going
up
back
the
to our
ranks.
earlier
And it
conversation,
might move to me.
Anthony confirmed this for us. The heck.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank
That's-
you. Yes.
Best
Yeah.
chat group in the country here.
Yeah, we're running a
Okay.
little long. Sorry to keep you guys, over 2 hours, but
We appreciate whoever's hanging in there.
hanging in there with us.
We're almost
Fucking
done.
ramble. Pretty
Where's the
impressive for 100
W's?
bucks, though. We got 3 left.
We got Schaumburg. Right.
Schaumburg 2.0. The airbrush stuff. I like this stuff, man. I love it.
I swear, it looks like traditional tattoo style, like just the way that it's drawn. It looks like traditional tattoo pinups, like that he's laying down on these covers.
It's just gorgeous. The cover, the colors, everything pops. This might be our last red. This is our last red dress.
It is. Well, I don't know if last, but probably.
Yeah,
This
'cause
one's
the
just
next
beautiful,
one's
though.
this.
Disturbing
Isn't it?
but beautiful in the same way.
Gorgeous, gorgeous cover.
But yeah, I think it is because we only got a couple left. Which
The
brings
Worlds of Fear is the
Worlds of Fear.
Oh yeah.
But that's not a human hand.
No, so that makes it okay. That's not a Soti reason.
probably hooded.
Yeah,
We assume hooded.
it's a demon's hooded. Drown this guy.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again because I love it. The LB Cole, the Weird Mysteries 5, and the Worlds of Fear 9 all came in one collection.
Nice.
They are all beat to sin. Like,
Matter though.
that's the only reason I own them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. That's hey, you get what you can get sometimes. Not everybody can get, high grade copies of things.
They don't exist.
No.
Even if they did, most people wouldn't be able to afford them. When you look at the prices of the low grade stuff.
That's what's driving this low grade is they'll, for the sake of argument, there's 1, 7, a 6, and then like 4s and below
Yeah.
of something like this. And there's like 7 on the census total. That's when Golden Age gets weird.
Yeah. And I think we got one more.
We go out on a fun note. It's Jack Kamen, right?
Well, you had to get a Z in here. Like, we're going A to Z. We needed a Z, so we needed a Zoot.
I almost won this one cheap one time, and I missed it. I was so mad.
What a great cover. I'm like 99% it's Jack Kamen.
It looks like it. Dual Cobras, though. Like, or triple.
Triple.
Like, one Cobra, amateur hour earlier. We're going to throw 3 at you.
Yeah. And you got this little pygmy dude with a pitchfork kind of poking him for some reason. Just antagonizing the Cobras.
Yeah. We're gonna take it up a notch. We're the last cover.
And just so you know how badass this guy is, look how far back these guys are in holding the rope. Like, they're like 20 yards away. They don't want
I'm
to be
not playing with 3 Cobras.
They know better. That dude in the front does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
goodness.
there it was. That was our list, our 100.
We
Nice
made
work,
it.
man.
That was Peter and I. I laid out titles. Peter, again, tirelessly.
Pictures. And occasionally put in Post-its of Red Dress Distress because there were so many.
Yeah, I was just here for show and tell.
Boy, we had fun.
Yeah.
It was
We had
fun.
fun.
Absolutely fun.
Remember, guys, you want to reference it, check out the site. Don't forget to hit the like button in here. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure to check the guys out tomorrow at 9:30-ish.
9:30-ish. We'll be on
Yeah.
Tails. We're going to talk some market report. We're going to talk some other stuff. We're going to have a good time. So, thank you all.
We'll see you next week.
Catch you next week.
Later.